Welcome to another Fast Tips video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I am your instructor, Richard Rost. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to calculate the first day of the quarter for any given date. We're also going to see how to calculate the last day of that quarter, the first and last days of the previous quarter, and the following quarter. We're going to do all kinds of quarter stuff. This is especially handy for those of you who do budgets or any kind of fiscal year calculations. Okay, got a bunch of prerequisites for you. Got to know some stuff before you can learn some stuff. Okay, if you don't know how to do calculated fields and queries, go watch this video. You need to know how to use the DateSerial function. That's how you take the parts of a date and put it together to make a date value. Very handy. We'll be using the DateAdd function. That's how you can add a month, add a quarter, right? Subtract a month. You need to know how to use the year, month, and day functions. Specifically, in this video, we'll need to use the month function alone to find out what month a date falls in. You'll need to know how basic date math works, right? You add one, you're adding a whole day. You subtract one, you're subtracting a day. Add a week, you plus 7, right? Watch this video. And finally, what I'm showing you is going to work with any date format. However, I personally use the ISO date format because I have students all around the world in different areas that have different date formats, and everyone was getting confused, so I decided to standardize on this. And there it is, and that video explains what it's all about. All of these videos are free. They're on my YouTube channel. They're on my website. I just gave you links. I'll also put links you can click on in the description down below the video. So if you didn't understand what any of that stuff was, go watch those videos first, then come on back. Okay, here I am in my Tech Help free template. This is a free database. You can grab a copy off my website if you want to, but you can use any database you want. We're not doing anything really fancy. So in my customer table, I've got a date field here called customer sense. We're going to cheat. We're going to pretend that's their date of birth or whatever date you're trying to find. Order date, customer sense date. If you want to use customer sense, I don't care. Do whatever you want. But we need some dates to play with, right? Okay, let's go make a query. So create, query design. I'm going to bring in my customer table. Then I can close the Add Tables pane. There we go. It's a big pane, I know. All right, I'm going to find that customer sense field. Now, I don't want to have to refer to customer sense as customer sense in all my other calculations. So I'm going to alias that, and I'm going to put D : in front of it. What does that do? Well, the alias simply makes it so that I can refer to customer sense as D. It's a date, right? And it's a whole lot shorter in my calculations. Let me zoom in for you. Shift F2. There you go. So D will henceforth be known as customer sense, or the other way around. Customer sense will henceforth be known as D. All right, now, yeah, I'm goofy. If you don't like it, plenty of other videos, folks. No. Now, figuring out what quarter a month falls in is a little tricky, but we can do it with some simple math. So first, let's isolate the month of that date. So it's going to be M. We'll call it M. Here, I'll zoom in for you. M is going to be, the month of D. Okay, so if I hit OK, we should all know this by now, right? We watched the month, day, year video. There you go. There's a number from 1 to 12 that indicates what month this date falls in. So there's an 11, there's a 12. Okay, that's easy. That's the easy part. We all know how to do that already. Now, by a quirk of math, if I subtract 1 from that date, I'll get a number from 0 to 11. Then I can use integer division and divide that by 3 to get the quarter. What's integer division? Well, it basically says divide two numbers and just chop off any remainder. All right, so 10 divided by 3 is 3.33333, right? But if I say 10 integer divide by 3, I get just 3. It chops off the remainder. So what we're going to do now with that M value is I'm going to say take month, okay, subtract 1 from it, and then put parentheses around it. Okay, integer divide by 3. That's the backslash. Regular division is a /, right? Integer division is a backslash. Or you could use the int function, whichever you prefer. I don't care, but that's easier for me. Okay, so now what I'm going to end up with is I get a number from 0 to 3 representing the quarter from that month. Right? 0, 1, there's a 2, and there's a 3. Now, if I add 1 back to this, right, plus 1, That'll give me the actual quarter. Right? First quarter, second quarter, right? Fourth quarter. See that? Okay. But if I don't go that far, let's get rid of that +1. If I leave that there, okay? If I take this value now and then multiply that by 3 and add 1, I get the month that begins that quarter. I know, it's weird, right? Watch this. So I'm going to take that value. Okay, that's right now we got a 0, 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to multiply that by 3. So we're going to get 0, 3, 6, and 9, right? And then add 1 to that. I know, it's crazy, right? So take all of this. Yeah, we really don't need these parentheses, but it makes it easier to read. Times 3, and then +1. Okay, now watch this. Look at that. We either have a 1, a 4, a 7, or a 10. And those are the months that represent the beginning months of each quarter. Now that I know that, I can throw together the quarter date for this particular date, right? And that's going to be, just take this, right? This is our value here for our month now. Okay, we're going to take DateSerial. Now, the first thing DateSerial needs is the year. That's easy. That's just the year of D, comma. Here, let me zoom in. Right? DateSerial, the first thing it takes is the year. Okay, that's easy. We got that already. Then this big long monster, that's what we just use to figure out the month. Okay, and then we want the first day, so comma 1 for the day. That's it. And then we'll change the name over here. Let's call this first day of quarter, FDoQ, FDoQ. Okay, this is the hard part right here. That's the tough part. Okay, and then run it, and there's the date representing the first day of each quarter. All right, let's spot check a few. There's December 13th, right? So December falls in the fourth quarter. What's the first day of that fourth quarter? October 1st. And if you want the actual quarter up here too, you want the quarter value, that's fine. We already calculated that, right? Right? That was, I'll put it over here. Here, we'll zoom in, Shift F2. And that's Q is, what was that? The month of D -1, and then integer divide that whole thing by 3. And then add 1 to it, right? Whoop, I forgot my integer. Right there, right? The month -1, integer divide by 3 plus 1. Okay, so now we got the actual quarter itself. If you want that, you can use format too. Format will also return the quarter, but then it converts it to a text value. Then you got to convert that back to a number value. This is a good mathematical way to calculate the quarter. Okay, so every 3 over here should correspond to a July, right? Every 4 should correspond to an October, and so on. Now, once you got this, calculating everything else is simple. Once you got the first day of the quarter, because now it's just basic date math. Okay, you want to figure out the last day of the quarter? Well, just use DateAdd, add a whole quarter to it, and subtract 1 day. Right? So let's come over here. I'll move quarter to the beginning. We'll go over here with that. Okay. Let's go over here. Okay, the last day of the quarter is going to be DateAdd. Whoops, add. Right, DateAdd. What are we adding? Quarters. You watched the DateAdd video, right? We're going to add 1 quarter to first date of quarter. And then from that date, we get the next quarter first day, right? We're going to just subtract 1 day. That'll go back a day. That'll bring us back into the last day of the current quarter. Hit OK, and then run it. See, there's the first day of the quarter. There's the last day of the quarter. That's nice and simple. Do you want, let's see what's in here. I got to watch that because my dogs know that. They go, do you want to go for a car ride or do you want a treat? So every time I say, do you want, I got to be careful because they look at me like, huh? Okay, what are we doing? Let's do the first day of next quarter. That's simple, right? First day of next quarter. We're going to DateAdd. It's all just date adding stuff now. We're going to add a quarter to first day of quarter. We just kind of did that, right? Like that. Right? and then hit OK. And there's the first day of the next quarter following our original date. And that's good if you need, like, you're doing your budget and this thing, this expense came in now. If you budget it in the next quarter, there's the first day of the next quarter. Easy enough, right? And I got all the rest of these. I'm going to put these on the website for you. You can just click on them if you want to copy them. I'm not going to make you watch me type them all in. So the first day of the previous quarter is this. And it's the same thing. You just add a -1. That'll subtract a quarter. That's the first day of the previous quarter. Easy enough, right? What else we got? Okay, so the last day of the next quarter, I'll paste that in, looks like this, right? We're going to add 2 quarters to the first day of this quarter and then subtract 1 day. Same thing we did figuring out the last day of this quarter. We're going to go ahead 2 and then back a day. That's easy. And then you're going to love this one. The last day of the previous quarter is, right, was the last day of the previous quarter. Well, it's the first day of the quarter minus 1. That's it. We know the first day of the quarter, just -1 from that date, and that'll put you in the day before it. See? It's all stupid, simple, easy stuff. Once you figure this guy out, this is the tricky one. This is the one that takes a little, yeah. I'll be honest, I don't use this every day. I looked it up myself. I don't remember how to do this. Yeah, I can probably sit down with, paper, pencil, figure it out. That's a beautiful thing about math and science, right? You could destroy every math and science book in the world, and eventually someone will figure all this stuff out again. With no reference books, it'll come around again in, however many years. So yeah, do I memorize stuff like this? No. That's what the Google machine is for. And this will be on my website too, and I'll put it in the description text down below. So you can just copy and paste it. Now, if you like stuff like this, then you're in for a treat. I got a whole bunch of classes on working with dates and times and Access. First, Access Expert Level 27. Cover all kinds of date stuff. This is Date Time Functions Part 1. I went through all the different functions in Access, all like 99% of them. And I've got a whole series of classes that just do functions. Level 27 is Date Time Part 1. Level 28 is Date Time Part 2. We go through all kinds of stuff and a lot more detail than I covered in this video. And then if you want to go even beyond that, I got a whole date time seminar that covers the material from 28 and 27, plus a whole bunch of cool extra stuff like network days and things like that. And as I was putting together these 2 classes, I came up with a whole bunch of extra stuff that, I could even keep going. There's all kinds of stuff. All right. And one more thing. I also put together this thing called the Fiscal Year Seminar. Now, not everybody does work with fiscal year calculations. All right, corporations that run on a fiscal year only. So I put together this. I can't talk today. I put together this this specific seminar. Try saying that 10 times fast. Specific seminar for just people who work with fiscal year calculations, because I didn't put this in the regular classes. I don't do that with stuff that I don't think most people will use, and only a very small portion of people use fiscal year stuff. So that's all in this seminar. Lots of cool stuff. I will put links to everything I just mentioned down below in the description below the video window. I know YouTube does a good job of hiding it, but if you go to my website, it's all right there on the page. I don't know why YouTube hides it like that, but you got to find a little more link and click on it, and then, that opens up. So there you go. There's your fast tip for today. I know it wasn't fast, but we got to the first stuff of it quickly, I think, right? Oh, yeah, okay. Again, I'm Richard Rost. I hope you learned something today, and I'll see you very soon. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free, and click on the bell icon to select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Make sure you click the Show More link down below the video to find additional resources and links. You'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted, so if you'd like to get an email every time I post a video, click on the link to join my mailing list. Even if you don't want to become a member, feel free to donate to my tip jar. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got puppies to feed. How do you become a member? Click on the Join button below the video. After you click the join button, you'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks. Silver members and up will get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, one free beginner class each month, and more. Gold members get access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos, plus my code vault, where I keep tons of different functions that I use. You'll also get a higher priority if you decide to submit any tech help questions to me, and you'll get one free expert class each month after you've finished the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks, plus even higher priority for tech help questions, access to all of my full beginner courses for every subject, and one free developer class each month after you finish the expert classes. These are the full-length courses found on my website, not just for access too. I also teach Word, Excel, Visual Basic, and lots more. You can now become a Diamond sponsor and have your name or company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown in each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. But don't worry, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access. It's over 4 hours long, and I just updated it for 2021. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below that you can click on. And also, if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. Yep, that's all, $1, and it's free for all members of my YouTube channel at any level, even supporters. Want to have your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my tech help page on my website. You can send me your question there. While you're on my site, feel free to stop by the Access Forum. Lots of good conversations happening there. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course, YouTube. Once again, my name is Richard Ross. Thank you for watching this tech help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something today. I'll see you again soon.